say? What's it say?
How good would that Jays infield be with Jose Ramirez? It'd be scary good, but at this moment does not seem especially likely to happen.
Kind of pouring cold water on that take, but I personally was not as invested in that. Like for like the first half of my morning, I was like, woo! Like the more I started to think about it, I was on my computer all day, and I was like,
It's not gonna happen.
No,
Like,
probably.
no.
Probably.
Like first of
like
all,
for what they're asking, it's not gonna happen. If it does
Exactly.
happen, I'd be ecstatic because it means that we got a good deal. Because there's no way our management is dumb enough to be giving up what they want.
And I'm glad because Ross has been the absolute god of making this team the last 3-4 years.
Right.
And I think that would just be a bit too much. Like I think trading away what they're asking for, Manoah, Moreno, or Elvis
That was
Martinez.
saying-
Oh, that's too much for a
We
position
can't-
we
yeah.
don't really need.
We can't give up Manoah.
Like we already have at second base now, Biggio and Espinal splitting, and those guys you're expecting like at best, I'm hoping that we get an 800 OPS into there. It's like, all right, now we're trading all of this Manoah, all this prospect capital to get like a bump up, and that's cool. But like again, go back to our offense doesn't need that extra bump in the end of the day.
Yeah.
We needed that defense bump from Chapman, that's for sure. And we needed the pitching from Kikuchi, and we need the pitching from Gosman.
And like at the end of the day, I'm perfectly happy with SB and Biggio splitting time. Like it's not like these guys haven't been fantastic contributors at points in their career.
Yeah, they've
SB
been
was
good.
last year.
They've been
Biggio's
solid.
first 2 seasons was very
I'm
good.
not upset.
Do you guys, do you think, because a few people were talking about this, and I think it's something to consider, do you think that we needed that defense boost, considering how good Espinal was last year?
Espinal will go play second base.
I do think we needed that because again,
Chapman
like
will
someone
play
had to
third.
play second base at the end of the day. And Matt Chapman's just he's in the
He's
0.1%.
Yeah,
He's
that's
elite.
true.
He's
That
the
is true.
elite of
Yeah, for
elites.
sure.
And like as much as we talk about Semyon being a fantastic Gold Glover and stuff too, he's not
He's
the
not
candle
that
to candle to
good.
Matt
Yeah,
Chapman.
he's
you
not
know?
as good as Matt
I've seen
Chapman.
him with my own eyes, being like,
Had Matt Chapman been the one to field that ball against Detroit, I guarantee
we would
I
have been in the
guarantee
playoffs,
it
baby.
would have been fielded properly. I assure
However,
you.
if it wasn't Marcus Semien hitting that walk-off home
But
run,
that's the
you
thing,
know,
yeah.
that's the thing.
It's
We got
always
that's
a bit of a
trade-off.
Yeah,
Bit of a
we can't.
trade-off.
Yeah, we got to look at both sides.
I feel
here.
like we're a bit enamored with that over-the-shoulder catch that SB made. The one we all know the exact
No, we know the
one.
one
He's
where
just-
with the
he's
bare
running,
hand.
like, backwards. Ow! Bare
Yeah,
hand,
yeah,
and then
yeah.
Bo's like, woo!
Yeah,
staring
yeah.
at him.
But there is
Bananas.
reason to become enamored with such a play.
That is
But
true,
it
yeah.
wasn't just that play. Like his constant day in and day out plays, like where he makes great
In
like.
fact-
It's true,
stealing
but the
plays.
consistency of Matt Chapman
Consistency.
year after year
Is
after
real.
year,
To
as
put it-
opposed to
I'm
whatever.
not sure if you're familiar. We were looking at this the other day, and I was like, put it in perspective for me. But Espinal was what 90th percentile.
And outs
Yeah,
above
90th
average?
Outs above average.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. But again, like it's not that I'm saying he wasn't fantastic last year.
Yeah.
It's that the sample size of Matt
Obviously,
Chapman
Matt Chapman is
is way. You know,
I
he has
just-
6 seasons.
disrespect.
I see
Chapman
it
at
this
all.
way. We're not losing Espinal. He's gonna go play second.
Yeah,
he's got a
exactly,
great
exactly.
shot, a great chance to take Biggio out of the line.
I actually want that.
Well, Biggio
I
doesn't
want
need to
that.
be at the
I
line.
want that
Biggio
too.
can play outfield too. Like
Yeah, he could be the utility. Give guys days off, circle
yeah.
around.
Biggio's
think
the
about what we
perfect
did
bench.
last year
He's the
with
bench.
the outfield, right? We had like basically a 4-man rotation, right?
Yeah,
And you can do the exact same thing with Biggio, except Biggio can also rotate in at second and give a little bit
Yeah.
of relief to Espinal.
yeah, exactly.
So
Exactly.
this is why we got to get rid of Grichuk.
I just like haven't really given any thoughts to Grichuk
well, here's
getting
the
into
thing.
these
Here's the
games.
thing. We
man.
don't. It's not a pressing need to get rid of Grichuk because like he'll come off the bench too. He's a bench pad.
I just don't want here because here's what I'm thinking right now. I'm like, in my ideal scenario, we have
I hate
Espinal.
Grichuk so much.
It's just like I just don't have
If you
any-
saw
Why
Grichuk
do
on
you
the
hate him
street,
so much?
I don't. It's not that I hate him.
Run
Like I
it out
don't
on
like
the
using that
swing.
word hate. I'm just like I don't want to watch him.
He's on the bench now though.
He better be.
that
He
sounds
is.
like
He
you hate
is.
him. Man. Like, I don't want to watch him.
He's on the bench.
That's all.
Okay, you know what? I even get scared with him on the bench because it's just like because
You might go to him.
bench.
No. It's like that means like there might be a possibility that he could play today. You know, and it's like I just don't
Who
want
do
to
you
see
rather
it.
have on the bench?
I want Biggio on the bench, and then I'm
Biggio's
like,
on the
But
bench.
he is there, you
But-
know? Like,
Okay, so who else do you
So
want
here,
to face?
let me finish my thought here.
Okay,
Ideal
okay.
scenario, we have Espinal as the starting second baseman for
Uh-huh.
me. Vlad's obviously first, Matt Chapman's third, Bo is shortstop, and then in the outfield we got the Lord, we got freaking Springer, we got Hernandez, blah blah And then we got Kirk behind. We got Kirk at catcher, and then like DH, like that can be whoever is hot right now. Grichuk is hot. We put Grichuk at DH, great. Or we have Biggio in there, and then Biggio, whenever anyone else needs a day off, they can be DH, and then Biggio is just moving around doing all the other positions. Cool, There's no space for Grichuk on this squad.
What?
You keep saying?
What do you mean? Of course there's space on this
don't get me wrong. I hear everything you're saying. You don't want Grichuk to go into games when we have other options.
Yeah,
but
I'm totally with you
it's
on
not
that
like
too.
Grichuk is that bad, and it's not like Biggio was that great last year. Like obviously we're expecting him to come back, but all these guys have had stretches where they're going to be good and they're going to be cold.
Yeah,
and it's not like we're going to move Grichuk for anything of value anyways. So
I think
what's wrong with just riding him into the sunset?
And I'm fine with that as long as it doesn't take away from, because if I see like Grichuk playing and Biggio wait Grichuk playing and Biggio sitting, or Grichuk playing and Espinal sitting, then I'm going to be pissed off because it's taking away the potential ceiling and upside of these other guys. That's all I'm saying. I want to see their ceiling.
But we can't guarantee that Grichuk's going to be worse than these guys going into next season. That's why you need to have options.
I can guarantee it, bro.
Okay, well, think about this too. They play baseball, and you know this, every 6 days. 6 days a week they play baseball. Some people need to take a break. Randal Grichuk is going to come in and play one day.
You're acting like there's no injuries in baseball, too. Like, we are going to have injuries. We need MLB-level bats.
Okay, I think my biggest problem with it is I just don't want him taking away opportunities from guys.
Okay, fine.
I don't want to take away opportunities.
If Grichuk is not playing as good as those guys, I do expect the other guys to play more.
They will play. If Grichuk's not hot, he's on the bench.
Even if he's playing at the exact same level.
Screw him.
Yeah. Even if it's like literally the exact same slash and the exact same production.
You'd think of all people too. Like you and Grichuk, like even look similar, and like you just hate that he's like your doppelganger. Like I must have the strongest jaw in all of Toronto.
Bro, this guy just like fucking like. Is there any other player that can make you try and trust them for extended periods of time, and then you start to try and trust them, and then they're just like, no, fuck you, I suck.
Well, that's the definition of bench bat,
And that's what he is to me.
He's the bench bat.
As long as he's the bench bat.
He's the bench bat.
Every team has a Randal Grichuk, and you just think our Randal Grichuk is worse than their Randal Grichuk.
Yeah.
It could be worse. We could have freaking,
Like, put it
what's
this
that
way,
one guy last year with a V?
Bryson
Valera. We could have Valeric on the bench.
Oh, I hate it.
It could be worse.
Bro. I hate it.
It could be worse. It always could be worse.
It also blew my mind every time I looked at it and I found out this guy was not like 24. He was like 29 or something.
Like,
he just bounces around his benches.
Wow.
And was supposed to be good defensively, and I did not see one lick of that elite D.
No, I apologize, viewers. We obviously have some strong feelings
too much
about
time on that.
Randal Grichuk. Yeah, we got some strong feelings about Randal Grichuk in this room. There's no doubt about it.